Former professional skateboarder Mark Rogowski, who is set to go before a parole board next Thursday, November 7th. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. Rogowski, who went by the nickname Gator in his skating days, has spent the past 3 decades in prison for the rape and murder of a 22-year-old woman.
He has been granted parole twice in recent years, but both times Governor Gavin Newsom denied his release. So will this third time have a different outcome? We talked with Rogowski's attorney about his chance at freedom and the lawsuit he has filed against the governor.
What I'll do.
He was a 1980s skateboarding pioneer, known across the globe by one name, Gator. But Mark Rogowski had a dark and violent side, which surfaced on March 21st, 1991. On that night, the 24-year-old celebrity skater used a metal anti-theft vehicle club to brutally beat 22-year-old Jessica Bergsten, his ex-girlfriend's best friend. He handcuffed her, then raped her. The details of her final hours in his beachside Carlsbad condo horrified people here locally and across the nation.
At the end of the sexual assault, deciding she was making too much noise and in fear that the neighbors might hear her cries for help, placed her inside of a surfboard bag. And while inside the surfboard bag, then strangled her.
Rogowski then drove to the desert in Ocotillo, where he buried Bergsten's body in a shallow grave. As the investigation intensified, Rogowski turned himself in. He pleaded no contest in his criminal trial and was sentenced to 31 years in prison. He is currently housed at the Donovan Correctional Facility in Otay Mesa and has served 33 years. Now 58, Rogowski will make his case for parole once more on November 7th. It will be his third chance at freedom in the past 5 years.
He's been granted parole at his last 2 hearings, 2019 and 2022, by the Board of Parole Hearings. However, in any murder case, the governor has the right to overturn a grant, and so that's what the governor did.
Attorney Laura Shepard represents Rogowski. She says the past 2 times the parole board found Rogowski to be remorseful and agreed he has worked to rehabilitate himself. She believes the parole board has no other choice than to allow his release again.
So he's been a model prisoner in terms of his behavior. He's also been a model prisoner in terms of his efforts to rehabilitate himself. He's been super remorseful since day one.
Shepard says Rogowski, who admitted he used to hold anger towards women, has started a gender abuse prevention course in prison and has had only 1 serious rules violation while in prison, way back in 1994.
He's paid a heavy price, and there's no amount of time that can, give back Ms. Bergsten's life or make this okay. It's never going to be okay. But the legal question is, does he present a danger to the public? And Mark has amply demonstrated that he doesn't.
But not everyone agrees. San Diego County District Attorney Summer Stephan is among them. She opposes Rogowski's release, and like she's done before, will urge the governor to overturn the board's decision if Rogowski is granted parole again.
I can't help but picture the victim's last thoughts, to die in that kind of terror and fear. And he had many opportunities to back out of that situation and just didn't.
Stephan says her office will continue to fight to keep Rogowski behind bars.
We still feel that he shouldn't be released, and that is the position that we're going to take.
Rogowski is also looking to the courts to try and gain his freedom. Last year, he filed a lawsuit against Governor Newsom, alleging the governor did not have legal reasoning to overturn the board's decision. Newsom cited 2 altercations Rogowski had, which resulted in verbal disagreements with fellow prisoners. That case is now making its way through the courts. Again, Rogowski's parole hearing is set for next Thursday, November 7th.